Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping off just an unfamiliar coordinate. Topped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red is not one trillip. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, right. West side, born maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Game recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang is different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound, got a target back on my backside. Took a cat peeling with the cast iron, better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ballin', blocking, trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life, don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing, you do best not to test it. Yeah, you right, real all in my blood supply. Dig ball up top, finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-signer, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. If I say it twice, then I meant it right.
My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know, co-signer, no co-pilot. They peptides, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign.
Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking, all right? So shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you. If you can hear me okay and everything looks good, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you cannot hear me or things are looking bad, please give me a thumbs down or angry face. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody that's in the building early. All right. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen, mod extraordinaire. Make sure you guys follow the directions. Do what she says. Definitely appreciate Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to my man, Carlton Way. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you as always. Shout out to my man, Black Free Thinker, mod extraordinaire. Make sure you guys do exactly what he is saying. Please leave a like on both streams. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Simo. What's good with it, Simo? Shout out to my man, Detroit 313. What's good with it, Detroit? And shout out to Thomas Wilson. What's good with it? All right. So what we're going to do today is shout out to my man, Alonzo. What's good with it, Alonzo? What's going on with it, bro? Shout out to all y'all, man. What we about to do is we about to ask this question about this $88,000 Bitcoin and the $28,000 or the $2,800 Ethereum and ask the question, which one is more valuable? I'm going to tell you right now, the $88,000 Bitcoin is more valuable to me right now than the higher price Bitcoin. And the reason why is because, like I said, it increases the likelihood and the ability of you to be able to get one full Bitcoin if Bitcoin is at a lower price, if your goal is accumulation, which my goal is accumulation. Anything that increases the likelihood or makes it easier to accumulate is a more favorable condition to someone like me. All right. To someone like me. Now, I'm not the same as everybody. Everybody may have different goals. That's understandable and respectable. But for my goal, which is accumulation, the cheaper price is the better price. Right. We're also going to talk about the whales and what whales are doing. Now, how many people got a chance to take advantage of that? It's still kind of going on, but the quote unquote flash crash that we had this morning, I was looking at that, punching the air like Cuba Gooding Jr. on Boys in the Hood. And the reason why was because your boy is illiquid right now, man. And I was looking at them prices and it was going down, down, down. And I was like, oh, I want to be getting some of this, man. I want to be getting some of this because this is how you buy your $10,000 gain right here. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. The opportunities will come and, you know, they will be back and we will be able to take advantage of them. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into some talk about what's going on, because here's my question for you guys. Is the market price behavior and the charts, are those matching buyer sentiment? Let me know. Shout out to the specialist. What's good with it, bro? Let me know. All right. So we're going to talk about some price action here. All right. We're going to talk about XRP, HBAR, BGB, and XMR. All right. Now, I know about XRP. I know about HBAR. I'm not too familiar with BGB, and I'm not too familiar with XMR. All right. So if there's anybody that is familiar with BGB and XMR in the chat, give us the lowdown so we can keep track of them, so we can see what they're talking about. All right. Because I'm not too familiar with these tokens. XRP, I hold XRP. I rock with XRP. XRP is staged for a pretty good breakout. You know what I'm saying? And look at this. Look at this. Bitcoin exchange reserves near 7-year low as hedge funds buy the dip. So again, this is something that we've been talking about too. You know, what's going on with all the Bitcoin, right? Because we know that there's probably not very much Bitcoin left. And, you know, it's going down on the exchanges, right? So let's check this out real quick. Hey, shout out to the specialist. Throw some flames in the chat for the specialist. Specialist said, just bought some more XRP the other day. You're going to like this news that we got today, bro. You're going to really like this news that we got. You know what I'm saying? XRP, HBAR, BGB, and XMR flash bullish signs as Bitcoin searches for direction. All right. So what direction is Bitcoin going to ultimately go in? We already know, right? Bitcoin is going to go down, but then it's going to ultimately springboard back up to higher prices, right? So it's just a temporary crunch. And the thing is that the whales are creating this chart activity to psychologically psych people out of being in the market so they can get the price down as low as they possibly can so they can buy and hold until the price reestablishes itself at new all-time highs. That is the strategy. That's what you see going on right now. So if you look at your portfolio and you look at the graphs and you get psyched out and you worried and you start selling and doing all that stuff, then the games have worked. The bull games have worked. The bull jive has worked. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it work on you. You know what I'm saying? Do not let it work on you. All right. Range-bound trading conditions from Bitcoin could boost the chance of a breakout in XRP, HBAR, BGB, and XMR. All right, so this is something to pay attention to. And honestly, HBAR is under $1 right now. And if you ask me, you know how I am about the smaller tokens. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that's under $1, if you ask me, has the largest growth potential and the fastest growth potential. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Bitcoin has risen above $95,000, indicating that the bulls have maintained the buying pressure. Grayscale head of research, Zach Pandel, told Cointelegraph that Bitcoin is being held back by strength in the U.S. dollar, but he expects the setback to be short-lived as the U.S. presidential inauguration is right around the corner. So, again, how many people think that the bulls are attempting to manipulate the market to try to squeeze out the weak people right before the inauguration pump so that they can swoop in and get as much crypto as they can before the inauguration pump and capitalize on it? That's what's happening right now. And if you're falling for that, I don't know how many times you have to watch the market and hear about these type of things in the news to get on a learning curve and stop falling for the tricks. Stop falling for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Let the tricks work for you. You know, people can sit there and say like, oh, the bulls do this and the bulls do that. But yo, if you understand bull and bear behavior, why not follow the bull and bear behavior to your advantage? I don't understand it. Everybody knows that this is what's happening. So why allow yourself to be psyched out like this? Like, it just, to me, is wild. You know what I'm saying? Pandel sees a structurally bullish outlook for crypto valuations. Now, a structurally bullish outlook for crypto valuations. Everybody thinks that the crypto market is structurally bullish right now, right? But the market's not reflecting that. And the reason why the market's not reflecting that is because the whales are creating holographs. Holographs. These are mirages. You got to understand the psychology, right? And even if you understand the psychology, the graphs are a numerical representation of price action that is created by human psychology and human decisions. Bears are humans. You know what I'm saying? Whales are humans, and they make decisions. And if their decisions are based on moving money around to create profits for themselves, then you have to look at the graph and take into consideration what they're doing to do that. What kind of appearances do they want to set up to be able to position themselves to be able to make money? It's not always the actual natural movement of the token. You have to look at what goes into it, and what goes into it is buyer behavior. If you guys would, buyer and seller behavior. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. One of the closely watched bullish events is the possibility of establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the U.S. coin shares, said blog post that if the Bitcoin Act is passed, it would have a more profound long-term effect on Bitcoin than the launch of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds in 2024. All right. However, not everyone is bullish in the near term. Analyst Willie Wu said in a January 10th X post that Bitcoin sentiment seems uber bullish, but a cautious approach is warned as the risk is peaking and there are plenty more profit taking to go before we are properly reset. Could Bitcoin climb towards $100,000, pulling select altcoins higher? Let's look at the charts of the top 5 cryptocurrencies that may outperform in the near term. Okay, so this is important, right? Because we want to capitalize on this as well. Bitcoin price analysis. Bitcoin's recovery is facing resistance at the 20-day exponential moving average, which is $96,190. But buyers are not ceding to ground to the bears, all right? The bulls will again attempt to push the price above the moving averages. If they manage to do that, the Bitcoin US dollar tether pair could reach the downtrend line where sellers are expected to mount a strong defense. If the price turns down sharply from the downtrend line, the pair risks forming a descending triangle pattern on a close below $90,000. Now, if you ask me, Bitcoin is facing an upper resistance right now and is also facing a lower resistance. It seems like it can't get below 90 and it's having a difficult time maintaining above 100,000. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to my man Two Factor. Shout out to John Guillory. Shout out to my man TD, man, for hitting the first yellow goal, man. Throw some darts in the chat. We only got 9 more. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. TD says, man, Rob, STF you already about crypto. You sold out. I hate this channel. Look, I ain't sell out. I'm buying up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selling out. I'm buying up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking the real people with me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TD, man. Make sure y'all show TD some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for TD. And since TD, sent us the super chat, you know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we keep TD happy. We're gonna play Big Homie 47.
In Springfield.
So don't push me. Ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the. Said it was some Haitians somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is coughing up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit.
They're eating the dog. Eat the cat.
It's a shame, it's a pity. Gone overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing and where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he flipping at? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. And got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
Hey, shout out to TD for funding the organization. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it, bro. So yeah, man, if you guys would agree, there's like an upper resistance of $100,000 and a lower resistance of $90,000, and Bitcoin is just playing Pong in between that range. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Now, one thing is either going to happen. The ceiling is going to break or the floor is going to break. And if you ask me in the current environment, there's more elements that would lead me to believe that the ceiling will break before the floor. So I think that there's more momentum towards the ceiling breaking. However, there might be some hard hits to the floor, right? But then the ceiling is going to break eventually, right? And once the ceiling breaks, we don't know where it's going to stop until the next ceiling shows itself, right? So again, if you ask me, right now is a good time, especially if you can catch right now on the low, right? So now here it says, on the contrary, a break and close above the downtrend line will signal that buyers are back in the game. The pair may raise to $102,724 and eventually to $108,353. And now you guys know that the 108,000 range, that's the all-time high, right? So if we go above the all-time high and floor the all-time high, that's excellent for profits, right? Because there's nobody that's buying at an average of $100,000 out here except for, somebody like Michael Saylor, and he's not even buying at an average of 100,000. If I'm not mistaken, his average is maybe like between 60 and 70,000 per Bitcoin, right? The bulls are trying to sustain the price above the 20-day EMA. If they can pull it off, the pair might raise to the 50 simple moving average and subsequently to the downtrend line. If the price turns down from the downtrend line but bounces off the 20 EMA, it will suggest a change in sentiment from selling on rallies to buying on dips, all right? That improves the prospects of a break above the downtrend line. And we're going to talk about buying on dips, all right? We're going to talk about that. This optimistic view will be invalidated if the price turns down from the current level and plummets below the $90,000 level. So if we go below the $90,000 level, for the most part, 88,000 is inevitable, and then possibly mid 80s to lower 70s, which, it is what it is. I'm trying to accumulate, so I'm not adverse to that. I'm still going to be buying at those levels. You know what I'm saying? XRP price analysis. All right. Now, shout out to everybody who is invested in XRP or who is looking into investing in XRP or who is already planning on doing some XRP moves. How do you feel about XRP? Where do you feel that XRP is going? Where will XRP be on December 31st of 2025? Let me know in the comment section, all right? XRP broke out and closed above the symmetrical triangle pattern on January 11th, indicating that the uncertainty has resolved in the favor of the bulls. What does this mean? What this means is that there's going to be fast, sharp, and forceful upward price action with XRP in the very near future. That's what that means. All right. So you want to make sure that you're positioned real well so you can take advantage of that, right? The 20-day EMA, which is $2.34, has started to turn up, and the RSI is in the positive territory, suggesting an advantage to the bulls. If there's an advantage to the bulls, what that means is that you're going to see the price go up. Anytime there's an advantage to the bulls, now, you know my philosophy, I don't sell my crypto, but if you are somebody that sells your crypto, you want to be doing that when the advantage is to the bulls because they're pushing the price high for you. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. This is the stuff that people got to know. This kind of stuff right here is just as important as understanding the technical aspects or the investment aspects of the tokens that you hold. You got to understand how to get the highest value out of them. You got to understand how to get the highest value out of them. This is important, okay? Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 13 people watching. We got 17 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please do me a favor. Take a moment and hit that bell wherever you watch it from. Also, please share this stream to your social media. All right. Let's try to get the likes to 30. All right. If the price maintains above the triangle, the XRP US dollar tether pair could climb to $2.73 and then later $2.91. Sellers are expected to aggressively defend the $2.91 level, but if the bulls prevail, the price pair could surge toward the pattern target of $4.84. So this is setting up a $5 ripple right here. All right, so this is setting up a $5 ripple. So if you're buying for a $5 ripple, where is your loss at? Is my question. If you're buying Ripple right now with the expectations of a $5 and above future Ripple, where are you losing money at buying Ripple right now? That's my question. Let me know what you guys think. The bears will have to pull the price back below the 20-day EMA to weaken the bullish momentum. The pair will signal a deeper correction on the break below the support line. All right, so we also need to be paying attention to this correction because if you ask me, corrections and consolidation times should be looked at as buying opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Corrections and consolidations should be looked at as buying opportunities. All right. The pair is likely to retest the breakout level from the triangle. If the price rebounds off the breakout level, it will signal that the bulls are trying to flip the level into support. That increases the likelihood of a break above $2.60. The pair may then rise to $2.73. Conversely, a break and close below the triangle could trap the aggressive bulls. That may sink the pair to $2.20, which might not be a bad idea to look at. Buyers are expected to fiercely defend the zone between $2.20 and the support line. All right. So that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. All right. So we should keep an eye on the $2.20 line for XRP. So you know what that means? Phone alert, $2.20 XRP. $2.20. All right. And the other one was $4.83, right? Some people might look at that as a selling level. So we can put that in too. Right. So now we're about to take a look at Hedra. All right. And if you guys don't know, Hedra, like I said, it's one of the ones that's under $1. And I love the tokens under $1 for real. Because if you ask me, these are the ones that come with the most guaranteed explosive growth. Right. Hedra price analysis. Hedra is forming a bearish descending triangle pattern, which will complete on a break and close below 24 cents. All right, so we're going to put this on here. Hedra, HBAR, 24 cents. All right. Let me see. A minor positive in the favor of the bulls is that they have not allowed the price to dip below the 50-day SMA of 27 cents. If the price turns up from the current level or the 50-day SMA with strength, it will signal demand at lower levels. The H-bar US dollar tether pair could rise to the downward trend line. A break and close above the downward trend line will tilt the advantage in favor of the buyers. the pair may then rise to 38 cents. All right. So 38 cents would be a good price target for HBAR. And honestly, that's not very far at all. That's one of the good things about the smaller tokens, right? To get to the price levels, it's not a big jump. Shout out to Karen Dorsey. What's good with it, Karen? All right. Contrarily, a drop below the 50-day SMA suggests that the selling pressure is increasing. That could sink the pair to a 24-cent support. All right. The moving averages are crisscrossing each other, indicating volatile and random moves. If the price sustains below the 20-day EMA, the bears will try to pull the pair to 26 cents. This is a crucial level for the bulls to defend because a break below it may sink the pair to 24 cents. Buyers will have to push and maintain the price above the 50-day SMA to gain strength. That could open the doors for a retest of the downward trend line. If this level gets taken out, the pair may ascend to 34 cents. All right. BitGet token price analysis. All right. So BitGet is BGB. I've never heard of BGB. I'm going to start paying attention to BGB, though. If you guys have ever heard of BGB and know what they do, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't, then give me a thumbs down. I'm not familiar with BGB, and I don't know what they do, you know? So I've never had this token on my radar before. BitGet token is a strong uptrend. Buyers bought the dip near the 20-day EMA, which was $6.10, indicating that the sentiment remains positive. The bulls are trying to push the price to $8.50. All right, so we're going to put $8.50 on here. $8.50. All right. Where the bears are expected to mount a strong defense. If buyers bulldoze through $8.50, the BGB US dollar tether pair could climb to $10. All right, so another one is $10. So we're going to pay attention to this. All right. Instead, if the price turns down from the current level or overhead resistance, it will signal profit booking by the bulls. The bears will then make one more attempt to pull the pair below the 20-day EMA. If they succeed, the pair could drop to $5.50. All right, so $5.50 is another level. All right. The price has dipped to the 20-day EMA, which is likely to attract buyers. A strong rebound off of the 20-day EMA increases the possibility of a break above $7.50. If that happens, the pair could rally to $7.86 and later to $8.50. So another price we got is $7.50. So we're going to see if these follow these patterns or not. All right. And then $6 is another one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 prices to watch on this. All right. A strong rebound off the 20-day EMA increases the possibility of a break above $7.50. If that happens, the pair could rally to $7.80 and later to $8.50. Contrary to this assumption, if the price continues lower and breaks below the 20 EMA, it will suggest that the bulls are losing their grip. The pair could drop to the 50-day SMA and later to $6. That could delay the start of the next leg of the uptrend. All right. I haven't heard of Monero in forever. I forgot that Monero was XMR. I forgot all about Monero. Hey, who still got any Monero? Man, that's old school, man. Who's got it? Who still got Monero? You know what I'm saying? I don't have Monero anymore. I used to have a little bit of Monero, but I don't have none no more. Monero has been trading between the 50-day SMA and the $207 resistance for a few days. The XMR US dollar tether pair has formed an ascending triangle pattern, which will complete on a break and close above $207. If that happens, the pair could rally towards the pattern target of $225. All right. So this is interesting, man. I don't mess with Monero all like that, but I'm gonna just pay attention to this price action anyway, just to see if this is accurate or not. So we got 225 for XMR. All right. This positive view will be invalidated in the near term if the price turns down and breaks below the uptrend line. That will negate the bullish setup, pulling the price toward the solid support at $180. Buyers are expected to defend the $180 level with vigor. All right, so we got another one, $180. All right, so we're going to put this in here. All right. Let me see what we got next. So next week, it says the pair has broken out of the $203 overhead resistance, indicating that the bulls are trying to take charge. There is minor resistance at $207, but it is likely to be crossed. The pair may travel to $220 and later $225. The first support on the downside is $193. If this support cracks, the pair may slide to $188. All right. Such a move suggests that the pair could extend its stay inside the $180 and $207 range for a few more days. All right. So that's interesting, man. So honestly, to me, the best price analysis on here, the most favorable one, was the Ripple one. All right. The best one was the Ripple one. If you ask me, that was the one that looks like it has the least risk associated with it, and it also has the most gain potential associated with it. Some of these other ones, I don't know. It looks like it might be kind of stagnant, but we'll see though, right? We'll see. Now, here's another article about Ripple, because the good news just keeps coming about Ripple. Analyst says XRP looks excellent. Predicts another rally for the large cap altcoin. All right. So again, now let me ask you guys this question. How many people now realize the importance of why I kept saying accumulating 1,000 XRP is probably not a bad idea to position yourself to make it easier to meet your goal? If you guys see that and it makes sense, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't see that and it doesn't make any sense, then give me a thumbs down. All right. Analyst says XRP looks excellent. Predicts another rally for the large cap altcoin. All right. So if you are into XRP and XRP is part of your portfolio and you have a quote unquote accumulation strategy, you probably want to be trying to get XRP when you see it on the low, right? Probably not a bad idea. Okay. An analyst who caught the 2023 crypto bull run early believes that the payment altcoin XRP is ready for a new round of rallies. Pseudonymous analyst Don Alt tells his 65,100 YouTube subscribers that he thinks XRP is one of the strongest coins in the market alongside Bitcoin. And I've said the same thing. I've said the token that will probably provide the gains and the growth that people saw early on in Bitcoin is probably going to be XRP for this year. So you really want to be making sure that you get your XRP goals in order. Pick up some overtime this week, man. If you're a YouTuber, do some extra YouTube videos. Get yourself liquid so you can get some XRP. Get it quickly. If you, and I've been saying for a long time, right now XRP doesn't have a floor on it, right? It's difficult to determine what a floor is on XRP. So try to find the best opportunities and get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? He also thinks that XRP has spent sufficient time consolidating after surging past a high of $2.90 in December. I am a believer for now. I just look at this chart and I see strength on both the Bitcoin pair and the US dollar pair. Both of these look excellent. And remember, when you look at your crypto, a lot of people look at their crypto in comparison to the US dollar. You don't really want to look at your crypto in comparison to the US dollar. You really actually want to look at your crypto and compare how it's doing in comparison to Bitcoin. If you are aware of Bitcoin and the purpose of Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is there for, why would you compare any asset to another asset in terms of dollars? When you know that if you're comparing anything in terms of dollars, if you're using dollars as the standardized unit, you're falsely pushing the price down. Why would you do it? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. Pretty much exactly what I wanted to see weeks ago. I was predicting a little bit of pullback, a little bit of time spent basically, and it just looks like it can have a second leg up. So far, I don't see anything that will go against that. Zooming out, Don Alt thinks XRP may be ready to spark steep surges to continue its bullish ascent that started in November. Okay? Every time I start doubting whether it's going to get a blow off top on crypto or not, I look at the XRP charts and my doubts vanish. XRP looks like it's going to go for round two. Now look at XRP. This is crazy right here. This crazy breakout that XRP did. Look at that. From 49 cents. You see this 49 cent level? Boom. That's wild. Shout out to Kareem Yee. What's good with him? What's good with it, bro? Kareem says, so which do you think is more important, XRP or Bitcoin? $100 in XRP versus $100 in Bitcoin. Me personally, I kind of don't look at it like that. I don't compare as far as quote unquote importance. I try to look at total accumulation. And if I'm ever split like that, I would just be like, I'm about to get $50 in Bitcoin and $50 in XRP. That's what I would do. I don't do absolutes. You know what I'm saying? That's like the people have they're like people create a lot of scenarios where they psychologically kind of make themselves have bad decisions because they use faulty decision criteria. And I try not to do that. I try to use the criteria of my goal is accumulation. So if my goal is accumulating, I can't accumulate Ripple if I get 100 Bitcoin. I can't accumulate Bitcoin if I get 100 in Ripple. So in order to accumulate, if I'm accumulating everything, I got to make it where I'm accumulating everything. And that's the only criteria that I use. I don't use any other criteria. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing, right? Bitcoin has astronomical potential, right? Because of the Bitcoin strategic reserves and the ETFs and all that other stuff. The only thing that we know as far as Ripple goes is that there's some price predictions of maybe at the high about $25 per token, right? But at the same time, we don't know the long-term prospects of Ripple. That's still to be explored, right? So again, if you ask me, you want to diversify to mitigate your risk, and opportunity cost and sunk cost is a risk also that a lot of times don't get calculated, which is a risk that I try to mitigate through diversified accumulation. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I try to accumulate while everything is on the low, which is the reason why I always try to find the floor. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people create these scenarios where these things are fighting against each other, and that's not what's happening. There used to be like this long-standing quote unquote war between the people who bought Bitcoin and the people who bought Ethereum, and Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't competitors. They've never been competitors. But if you listen to people talk, it's always quote unquote Bitcoin versus Ethereum. No, it's not. You can wrap Bitcoin on Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? Like you can stake Bitcoin on certain layer 2 platforms. If you ask me, in the current state of the human mind doesn't seem to be advanced enough and liquid enough to understand how the cryptocurrency ecosystem actually works. And as a result of that, you see the flaws of human judgment in investment behavior. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Kareem. Kareem says, no, I'm talking about what if I got $100 to put in today? Which do I do? That's what I'm saying. I would diversify. Why do you feel that you have to put $100 in only one? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, if I'm looking at those two things and I can't decide, which I probably wouldn't decide because that's not how my decision-making process works, I would probably get 50% Ripple and 50% Bitcoin, or I would do some other type of weighted average based on how they're moving. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just dump everything. I don't put all of my eggs into one basket. You know what I'm saying? I don't make an active effort to do that ever. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't do it like that. How I explained it, that's exactly how I would do it. That's how I buy it all the time. Shout out to TD. I don't know if TD's still in the chat, but TD will tell you, like, I don't buy like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll split everything down into little parts and buy a whole bunch of little parts of a bunch of stuff instead of buying one big block of something. And that historically has worked out very well for me, because in most cases when I break stuff down and buy little pieces of it, certain parts of the little pieces tend to perform better than the larger parts, and I'll get a bigger gain. A lot of people they can't unwrap themselves from the mind state of it has to be absolute. I'm spending this $100 on Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. To me, there's just not a lot of logical justification, and it goes against the fundamental basics of just basic linear investing. You know what I'm saying? They have a variable that's called a beta coefficient, right? And a beta coefficient is a coefficient that measures volatility. And the way to deal with volatility is to diversify, right? That's one of the things that Michael Saylor did. as far as creating the convertible bonds that he did with Bitcoin and his stock. You know what I'm saying? He took away some of the volatility of Bitcoin to make it more appeasable to his shareholders so they can get Bitcoin exposure to the gains and try to take away the exposure to the risk, right? But again, for some reason, you know what I'm saying, some people, you know what I'm saying, they don't look at it like that, which if, you know, I could go as far as to say why I think that people don't look at it like that, but there's no need, you know what I'm saying? But if you look up any type of investment journal or any type of financial literature, they'll absolutely tell you you want to diversify. A diversified portfolio is a good portfolio. Even within, if you have a heavily concentrated portfolio, you should still have diversification inside the concentration. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the trader also shares a chart suggesting that resistance at $2.73 is the only obstacle left for XRP on a daily time frame. The XRP chart looks like this, and you're a non-believer. I mean, this is a wild. Look at this. Look at that. Look at how good that looks. Now, shout out to the specialist. The specialist says dollar cost averaging. And, you know, dollar cost averaging is not a bad, you know, people invest according to their situation, and there's nothing wrong with dollar cost averaging. Me personally, I lost cost average. I try to always buy the floor. I try to always buy the floor. I shop for investments the same way I shop for anything else. I'm cheap, and I'm always looking for the best price. You know what I'm saying? I try to find the lowest of the low. Which is one of the reasons why I always am looking at consolidations, and I'm always looking at corrections. You know, and the reason why is because those losses, when you buy on the floor, those turn into automatic gains when the original price level gets returned to. So when you cost loss average, you mitigate risk on a couple different fronts. If you buy it on the floor and the market crashes, you got less of a distance from when you bought it to the floor. And when the market turns into a bear market, you have the highest distance from where you start at to where your gains maximize at. So to me, loss cost averaging is the optimal way to try to maximize on profits. You know what I'm saying? It's the maximum way it's the best way to maximize on profits. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kareem Yee. Kareem Yee said a lot don't look at it that way because we're taught an all or nothing mentality. Well, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of all who have nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? So I guess, you know what I'm saying, like they going with that mentality and it's working for them, but I don't know what it's doing nasty work for them. No, it's not doing too much. And the thing is that also at some point people got to have discernment on, you know what I'm saying, like the things that people are taught. Like if somebody is telling you, you know what I'm saying, like to do something that doesn't make sense, at some point you got to be like, why are you telling me to do this and it don't make any sense? Do you do this? You know what I'm saying? And also another thing is it seems like certain people are just really either in proximity of or attracted to horrible teachers. Hey, come here, son. I'm gonna teach you how to invest. This is what you want to do. You see, when the market is green and it says 90% increase APY, this is when you want to buy all of this up. Yeah, it's not the best advice. You know what I'm saying? And so if you see this pattern of quote unquote historically horrible teachers, my question is, when are people gonna start saying, well, maybe I should start self-teaching? Because I can't trust the teachers. Would you guys agree? What we start to see is a pattern of I can't trust the teachers if the teachers are teaching things that bad. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So the first question that you got to ask yourself is why so many shady teachers produced within this one concentrated area, right? What's up with that, right? Then the second thing that you got to ask is why so many sheep in a concentrated area? Like, how have you not woke up and realized that you're being taught to ingest poison, right? Then the second thing that you got to ask yourself is, at what point do I recognize that if I can't trust what I'm being fed, then I got to feed myself? At what point does that become readily, apparent? Shout out to Crew Reality. What's good with it, bro? We got to ask ourselves these questions. You know what I'm saying? Got to ask ourselves these questions. And if you ask me, people need to start confronting this. Now, shout out to Kareem, right? A lot don't look at it that way because we're taught an all or nothing mentality. Why haven't these all or nothing teachers been rounded up and filleted? One of the reasons why these teachers haven't been rounded up and filleted is because the people actually, you know, they rock with the all or nothing mentality. They rock with it. They agree with it. They're perfectly okay with it. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to be led than it is to have self-custody. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have the mental capacity or the attrition or even the backbone to go through teeth grinding, difficult times for a long duration before they see a positive response or before they see a goal be realized. That's just flawed production. You know what I'm saying? And if you got flawed production, you're competing against, you know, things that may have optimal production or things that may have innovative production or things that may have better production. So if you're using outdated models or if you're using incorrect information, you will succumb to the quality of your information. You will succumb to the quality of your processes and products. And if you ask me, like I always say, the world is correct. Everything that we see as it is a result of a decision or action that we've made to contribute to the whole of reality. It's inescapable. All of these things fall together in terms of a cascade of events leading from a starting point to a conclusion point. And everyone has contributed to the start, and everyone has concluded to the pathway, to the continuation, or the terminus, right? There is no escape from people's involvement in their current reality. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, then give me a thumbs down. So now here it says, AI-driven crypto research platform SoSoValue raises $15 million, raises $15 million in a series to launch investable spot index protocol. All right, now hold on real quick. I don't think this is what I had up. I had an article about XRP whales up here. Hold on. The hell? Man, that's crazy. Hold on real quick. And I think I deleted it too from my from where I had it at. Yeah, there was supposed to be an article about, let me see, hold on. There was supposed to be an article about XRP whales. What happened? Shout out to Crew Reality. Crew Reality said, you sound like you've been watching Foundation on Apple TV. Nah, I've been watching the world around me. I don't even watch TV, bro. I'll be watching the world around me. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what happened to this Ripple article, but this is not what I was about to look at. I don't know nothing about this right here. Yeah, so we about to just go ahead and skip this. But there was an article that was up, and it was talking about how whales had just moved a giant amount of Ripple from a bunch of different wallets. All right, so that was basically the summary of it. I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? The script be doing all kind of weird stuff and just moving on its own and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got this email here from Cointelegraph, and we're going to take a look at it, all right? It's talking about what happened in the market today. Shout out to everybody watching. If y'all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment. Smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please do me a favor. Take a moment. Hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. All right. Bitcoin tackles inflation and dip fears in run-up to U.S. presidential inauguration. All right. Bitcoin traders are counting down the days to the January 20th U.S. presidential inauguration, an event that has become synonymous with the crypto bull market. Okay, so they're correlating. Many market participants hope to see a pro-Bitcoin position as a mainstay of U.S. government policy under President-elect Donald Trump, but many remain nervous, okay? The macroeconomic picture is far from bullish for risk assets, with inflation making its presence felt once again and the Federal Reserve thus adopting a hawkish stance. The next Fed decision on interest rates is not due until the end of the month, but it's this week's Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index data that will be under the microscope, okay? A strong U.S. dollar is adding to potential headaches for Bitcoin and crypto. The dollar's strength is now at its highest level since the pit of 2022 bear market. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Market data suggests that the short-term trend is shifting back to being long Bitcoin, okay? Exchange inflows are cooling and users appear broadly willing to hold, not sold their coins. As Bitcoin wobbles within a narrow range below $100,000, and that's that range that I was talking about, Cointelegraph takes a closer look at these key topics for the trading community. All right. So again, my question is, what are people's thoughts on any of this stuff? Like a lot of times, like when I'm reading this stuff, I'm asking people what the thoughts are, and you know what I'm saying? Like nobody gives me any input. So like, where do you guys think this stuff is going? Bitcoin has so far avoided a sub $90,000 dip. That's what I'm looking for, that sub $90,000 dip. There's a lot of people that ain't looking for that, but I'm looking for that. But a few are confident that the current support will hold, all right? Bitcoin US dollar pair is stuck firmly in the middle of a stubborn range, and traders are keenly eyeing breakout levels both above and below. Which will be first? December's $108,000 all-time high already feels like a distant memory. I guess. I don't think it feels like a distant memory. Crunch and inflation numbers are due. U.S. inflation is in the spotlight this week as CPI and PPI data accompanies jobless claims data. The Fed appears increasingly vindicated in its hawkish stance on interest rate cuts as unemployment cools, but inflation persists. Higher for longer. Many continue to be the order of the day in 2025, analysis concluded. Bad news for crypto and risk assets. That's bad news for people that are looking to sell, right? If you're looking to buy and hold, anytime the price gets lower, it's better for you because you're accumulating, right? Let me ask you guys this question. Why does it seem that people have such a difficult time? People can shop for consumer goods, but they can't shop for investment products. And you shop the same way anytime you shop. Where's the disconnect at? If you go to Walmart, you're looking for the lowest price. If you look at a coupon book or a newspaper, right? If you look at Target, if you look at Walmart, if you look at all these different places, all these places are exchanges with goods on them, with the price is different, right? And you find these goods at the lowest price and you buy them. Why can people not transfer that skill from shopping to investing? I don't understand it. It's literally the same thing. If you look at a bunch of different stores, if you look at Save-A-Lot, if you look at Tops, if you look at Sam's Club, if you look at Costco for a particular product, you find a product at the lowest price and you go and buy it. Why can people not convert that skill to shopping for investment products? And then why do people sit there and tell the lie and say that they don't understand it when they do it every time they go shopping? Everybody that does Black Friday shopping literally does the same skill that everybody does with cryptocurrency. So if you Black Friday shop and you turn around and say that you don't know how to shop for crypto, you're a liar. And you're lazy. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, you deserve to waste all your money on depreciating assets that you buy on Black Friday, and you deserve to stay poor and not get any money from crypto. You deserve the fate that you create for yourself for your dishonesty, immediate judgment. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. People have to be given no wiggle room whatsoever. There should be no wiggle room given. You know what I'm saying? For people and their pseudo inabilities. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying they got a handicap sticker, but you see them all running around on both knees. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make any sense. Dollars surge sparks Fed speculation. All right. Rampant inflation markers are not the only concern this week, neither for the Fed nor Bitcoin traders. The U.S. dollar is behaving just as expected prior to the return of Trump's administration, with the U.S. dollar index at its highest level since October of 2022. Should it pass, 110 analysis predicts that the Fed will act to slow the pace. Pivoting from not selling, all right? On crypto exchange Binance, there are signs that the short-term tide is turning in Bitcoin bulls' favor. The take-buy-sell ratio is slowly recovering, suggesting that renewed buyer appetite. Binance's status as the largest exchange by trading volume makes it a yardstick for the crypto industry tendencies, research said. Binance users keep their cool. Exchange inflows offer another encouraging sign for a weary bull market supporters. Since November, the desire to sell Bitcoin spot has trended broadly downward. That means that people are holding on to their Bitcoin, right? That means that people are holding on to their Bitcoin. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Shout out to Jay the Greatest. What's good with it, bro? Black Free Thinker says simple, the quote-unquote mystique around the markets. Now, here's my question. What is the mystique around the markets? What's the mystique? What's the mystique around the markets? Here's my question. Here's what I would call it. You mean the targeted negligence of the markets? I would call it targeted negligence. I wouldn't call it mystique. Mystique means that there's some type of mystery, right? Mystique means that there's, you know, some type of something hidden, right? But there's nothing hidden about the market. You know what I'm saying? The market is just as much in people's face as Target or Walmart is. It's what they choose. You know what I'm saying? And the people choose to spend money instead of make money. That's what they choose. They choose that. You know what I'm saying? They choose that. Where's the market mystique? Where's the mysteries at? Everybody got somebody in their family that tells them you should look into Bitcoin, but the people who claim that nobody told them anything don't listen to the people that told them something. This should not be allowed. This should have a plastic bag tightly over the mouth and the nose, and it needs to be compressed. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. This is it, to me, like, this should no longer be allowed. The same way that Bitcoin goes through different markets and takes away false valuation from overpriced assets, overused nonsense should also be taken away and destroyed. There should be no excuses. There should be no allowance of mediocrity. None. It should not be tolerated. It should be a capital offense. It infuriates me that people pride themselves in wallowing in stupidity and being unaware. It is infuriating. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. And then this is what people do, right? They do this. This is how they want to be perceived. And then when people call them on it and call them stupid or say that you're an idiot, then they want to get offended by it. But at the same time, this is what you projected yourself as, right? People come up with a whole marketing scheme to project themselves as unaware, untaught, stupid. I don't know this. I don't know that. I wasn't exposed to anything. I have no idea what's going on. And then when someone says you're a blithering idiot, you're an idiot. You're an idiot because of who you are. Oh, wait a minute. You can't say that. You can't say that. But when it was advantageous, people will tell that to other people about themselves. It doesn't make any sense. It's either one or the other. Two things like that cannot exist simultaneously and be true. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to my man, Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker said the masses have been conditioned to believe that the understanding of the markets is way beyond them, and the conditioning is deep. Well, shout out to the people that did the conditioning then. They did the right thing. They seized on people who they saw as weak. They made a move on weak people. The people justified and validated the fact that they're weak by falling for it and never being able to get up. And they have now been turned into a cash cow and are used to sustain lavish lifestyles, good diets and healthy living of the people who did that to them. In a environment where there's organisms competing for resources, organisms who amass the most resources tend to make it to the next stage of evolution, right? And they make it to the next stage of evolution by advancing themselves on the food chain. So if you go from eating to being the food, what does that say about you? It says the same thing Stack Bundle said. Look, Ninja, you food. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my advice, right? And again, you know, when I see the resistance that people have to changing their own circumstances, I see it a different way. I see it that people have made an evaluation, and their evaluation is that a comfortable life comes with the risk at some point being vulnerable, and they'll take the risk of being vulnerable, right? They'll take that risk of the possibility of at some point being vulnerable in order to maintain a majority of a comfortable life. And that's the choice that they made. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes an inconvenience, because most people do ask questions. Most people have questions. But society puts a price on you being able to ask these questions. You have people that might call you weird. People might say that you're a radical. People might say that you're crazy. People might walk away from you. People might not want to deal with you, but you know that you're doing the right thing. Now, is your mind strong enough to continue on that path because you know that it's right and the long-term benefits are greater than the short-term benefits? Or do you seek immediate gratification and you're willing to circumvent your personal beliefs and your personal values in order to fit in and reap the benefits of fitting in? These are decisions that people make, and weak people go against what they believe is true. They are weak. The majority of society is weak, and that's why the majority of society is broke and broken and will do whatever they're told to. Most of society has no bragging rights. And most of society, you know what I'm saying? Most of society, the lower society, built society. They built it for the people that feed on them, regardless of however you want to look at that. Whatever side of the tracks you come from. You come from our side of the tracks, look at what we got going on. You on the other side of the tracks, look at them people over there complaining about. Regardless of what side of the tracks you from, you built your own incinerator to live in while other people enjoy the heat that you generate. And then everybody want to be inside the hot box complaining about it and not trying to get out of the hot box and put the people that built it inside the hot box. This is a fundamental problem with society. You know what I'm saying? This is a fundamental problem with society. Now, when people realize that they've been conditioned, or if they believe that they've been conditioned, the moment that you wake up and you realize that you're conditioned or that you've been conditioned, who does the responsibility fall on to decondition? So anybody that's aware, or anybody that feels that they're aware, or anybody that thinks that they woke up from something, just because you woke up from something, that don't mean anything. Everybody can tell a tall tale, right? But how deconditioned are you? You woke up one day and you saw videos about, you know, maritime admiralty law and the law of the sea and United States commercial code. And you said, yo, the financial system is messed up. What can I do to fix the financial system? You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you're a Black American and you understand how slavery works and the insurance bonds and how the insurance companies made tons of money off of slaves and dead slaves, right? You say the financial system is corrupt and we're all tied to a social security number, yada, yada, yada. What has anybody done about it? The majority of them people who sit there and say that and watched all those YouTube videos, very few of them own Bitcoin. And that is one of the things that Bitcoin was directly created to address. Bitcoin was created directly to address the corrupt world financial system. Not even created, you know what I'm saying, by people who have been maximally impacted by it. is created by people who were just tired of how it affects the average everyday person, not considering weighted average cultural impacts, right? People still don't act on what they claim that they act on. Most people are perfectly fine with the United States dollar. They're fine with it. They might complain about it, but they're fine with it. For the most part, it's a whole bunch of ciphers in the world, man. It's not a lot of, not a lot of people riding a Nebuchadnezzar these days. A lot more people like cipher. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says, which is what makes football or soccer more popular among the masses. They can emotionally invest in a team to lay claim to bragging rights, which their own mediocrity has fortified. Facts. If you guys agree with Black Free Thinker, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Kareem. Kareem says the man in the mirror. Yeah, the man in the mirror should be somebody that you're happy to look at. Somebody that you're proud to look at. Somebody that you can look at and say, that's me. It's not like that for most people, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that for most people. That can change at any point. People should adopt an internal locus of control. You should be able to influence and control as many variables in your life as you possibly can. Yeah, shout out to Detroit 313. Shout out to Michael Jackson. Facts. But most people don't want to do it. This becomes evident. And the thing is that it shouldn't be an unspoken evident. It should be repeated and it should be pointed out. There's a bunch of idiots who will not sit down and take a look at. Let me ask you guys this question. What's a bigger mystery, the markets or the lottery winning numbers? Shout out to Black Free Thinker, because Black Free Thinker brought up the fact that a lot of people think that the market is a quote-unquote mystery. There's more information available about the market than there is about how to accurately guess lottery numbers. But these same idiots will tell you not to invest in the market, and they'll turn around and buy a lottery ticket, and there's more millionaires made from the stock market or from the crypto market than there are from the lottery. But the idiots will buy the lottery ticket because they're idiots. I just read an article in the last live stream that talked about how many wallet addresses Bitcoin has made over the last, I don't know how many, months since its existence. If somebody did a statistic, I guarantee you Bitcoin is creating more millionaires than lottery, but more people, and it's cheaper than the lottery, more people will buy lottery tickets with higher odds than they will buy Bitcoin. And they'll justify it, and they'll beat their chest like Caesar on the Planet of the Apes, and you'll just sit there and stare at them. Because most people aren't even worth a conversation anymore. Most people aren't even worth a response. You can't communicate with any type of logic. You can't communicate with any type of data. You can't show any kind of information. Doesn't make they'll reject it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Detroit 313. There's no way they can win the Mega Millions, no way they can win the Powerball. The odds are astronomical. Now, mind you, when I say no way, of course you can win within the constraints of the odds, right? But the odds are very difficult. That's why the prize is so high. The prize accumulates because people don't win consistently and the jackpot piles up. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I always say like the pathway to these numbers, right? What's the pathway to $1 billion Powerball? It's not that difficult. All the people that buy Powerball tickets, very few of them win. The jackpot continues to pile up exponentially until you get to $1 billion Powerball. And Powerball is a multi-state lottery, so you have a lot of people doing the same thing in a bunch of different states. As a result, you get a huge jackpot. It's not that difficult. All you got to do is just look at the numbers, right? Getting gains in the Bitcoin or stock market or whatever is far easier than guessing random numbers for a multi-state lottery. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker said, not fair. The apes actually built a society. Yeah, facts. And shout out to Caesar. Caesar actually captured his captors, right? You know what I'm saying? And then somebody tried to SBE him, and he was like, hey, well, you should have did what we did. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, that's just what it is, right? That's just what it is. No more, people shouldn't get kid gloves anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, people been dealing with, you know what I'm saying, nonsense and people saying stupid stuff and allowing stupid stuff to fly for so long. People need to stop allowing this kid gloves, patty caking and all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? This old softcore nonsense, man. It's just, I don't know what's going on, but it's honestly disgusting out here, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty work. The difference in outlook between traders and high net worth individuals has never been greater, according to David Seymour, CEO of Wave Digital Assets. All right. Let me ask you guys this question. Is there any type of news articles that you can read like this that'll help you guess the lottery numbers? I'll tell you another thing. People don't even have a lottery strategy, right? Now, mind you, right? Am I dogging people saying that you shouldn't play the lottery? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you should use logical arguments. And you shouldn't sit there and say, well, I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin because I just don't know nothing. You really don't know nothing about random number generation. You really don't know anything about that. How do you do that? What kind of formulas do you use to create to do the random number generation? Because there's math formulas that are used to do that. So do you practice those math formulas? Do you do a row of matrices every day to figure out which prime numbers or which repeating numbers or which factorials or which natural numbers will be repeated in a sequence? No, you don't do any of that. You didn't even take the math classes, you know what I'm saying, to even talk about those type of numbers to where somebody could just define them without looking it up on Google. But you'll buy a lottery ticket, right? And say that you have a higher chance of winning that than you do of quote unquote winning Bitcoin. You're not going to win any Bitcoin. It's not about winning. It's about doing studies, and it's about doing market analysis, and it's about doing research, and it's about making decisions that make sense. How many people that buy lottery tickets can tell you a random number generator that generates the most, the numbers closest to the lottery generation numbers? None. How many people buy scratch-offs can tell you if the scratch-off that they bought even has a jackpot still available? None. You can look that up. Somebody will buy a $10 lottery ticket. $10 lottery tickets usually have $1 million jackpot, and the $1 million jackpot has already been it's already been won. All you got to do is just go look on the state lottery site, and they'll tell you the game if the jackpot's still available or not. They'll tell you all the prizes still available. Nobody even looks up the prizes before they buy a ticket. They just tell the cashier, give me a ticket. Give me a $10 ticket. No, give me this one. Give me Christmas bingo, because I know that the jackpot's still available. If you are buying a $10 ticket and the jackpot's not available, you're paying for the jackpot. You're overpaying for the ticket. The same people that buy lottery tickets like that, they don't even research their lottery. They're not researching anything. They can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? They can't be trusted. These people are idiots, and idiots must be purged. You know what I'm saying? If society is to move forward, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure you guys show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, dropping jewels. I can't stand this soft stuff either. I cannot tolerate it. I can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? I cannot stand it. It drives me nuts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. And she bought y'all lunch.
In Springfield,
So don't push me, ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the... Said it was some Haitians, somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is cough it up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Gone overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing in the where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back.
the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat cat, eat.
Fuck that cat.
I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to my man DSB. What's good with it, bro? So, yo, check this out, right? I'm about to show y'all this because this is what I'm talking about right here. And real quick, shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If y'all haven't smashed that like button, do me a favor, take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment and hit that bell. All right. This is the Ohio Lottery ticket page, right? Ohio Lottery. See this? Claim prizes, how to claim, blah, blah, blah. Games. All right. Now, you can look at all these games, whichever game you want to look at. Scratch-offs, draw games, easy play, Keno, touch and win, the lucky one, right? All these different games. They got all the different draw numbers up here, right? Here go all the prizes, right? People don't even look at the highest likelihood lottery to win, right? If you ask me, if you live in Ohio, Classic Lottery is the best one to play. It's only restricted to Ohio people. Most people don't play it because most people play Mega Millions and Powerball. This can get up to like $50, $60 million, and it's got a lower pool of people playing. But nope, everybody plays Mega Millions and Powerball because they're stupid. And they'll sit there and tell you, you know what I'm saying, not to invest in Bitcoin. But listen here, dumbass, I play the lottery better than your stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's take a look at the games. Let's take a look at the scratch-offs, right? We're going to look at the scratch-offs. Scratch-offs, $50 games, $30 games, $20 games, $10 games, $5 games, $2 games, $1 games. $5,000 prize at $1, $10,000 at $2, $20,000 at $5, $1 million at $10, $2 million at $20. I think $10 million at $30 and $20 million at $5. 50, right? So let's look at 50. Prizes remaining. Let's see how many prizes remain on this $50 games list. Let's select the game. Let's look at a $20 game called $300 Million Dazzler. Let's go. Look at this. So on the $300 million Dazzler game, there's one $80,000 per year for 25 years prize that's left. You could probably buy this out, like, I don't know, for like $2.5 million or something like that. There's 9 prizes of $20,000 left, 38 prizes of $10,000 left, 1,133 of $1,000 prizes left, 9,060 prizes of $500. So once this prize is gone, if you keep buying this ticket, you're overpaying for the ticket. Once all these high level prizes are gone, because you're paying for the jackpot when you buy these tickets. So if you're paying for a ticket and the jackpot is gone, you're overpaying for your ticket. You know what I'm saying? You're overpaying for your ticket. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSB. I definitely appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DSB for standing on business. Definitely appreciate it, bro.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Shout out to DSB again. All right. For gifting the membership. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show DSB some more love.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
And shout out to my man DSB again on the trifecta, man. Make sure y'all show DSB some love.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
All right. So again, you can look all this up. You can look all this up for your respective state, wherever you in, and actually use a strategy to try to select a ticket, right? Before I did some, because I get in moods when I feel like buying the lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the Powerball goes over $1 billion, if I got an extra $1, or if I got an extra $3, I'll buy a Powerball ticket because why not? All I'm gonna do is just put the $3 in the vending machine anyway. So if you ask me, all I know is I'm gonna get sweets, candy, or something out of the vending machine, and I could potentially get $1 billion if I spend it on a ticket. And I'd rather not eat the candy. I'll give up the opportunity cost of eating candy for a chance of getting $1 billion. Like that's not a big trade-off for me. You know what I'm saying? So if I got 3 loose dollars and I'm at the gas station, yeah, for sure, I'm getting a Powerball ticket, right? Especially if it's over $1 billion, then it's automatic. You know what I'm saying? Not so much scratch-offs. You know what I'm saying? I don't really research the scratch offs unless I see a game that I'm interested in, and then I'll look and check out the specs, right? But this is what I'm saying, though. These people don't even look at this stuff. Most people don't even know you can look this stuff up. Shout out to AW1. What's good with it, bro? Most people don't even know you can look this stuff up, and you can. But then they'll sit there and tell you don't buy Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSB. I appreciate you funding the organization, bro. Y'all hitting the liquidity goals, man. Throw them targets in the chat. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. All right.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
And what needs to happen is that people need to get told to their face, you're stupid. You're an idiot. You're an idiot and you have no value. You know what I'm saying? And you contribute to absolutely nothing. And you're sitting here trying to instruct people and tell people what to do. And you don't even do the stuff that you claim that you do the right way. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there telling me about Bitcoin and you buy lottery tickets and I buy lottery tickets better than you buy them. You know what I'm saying? This kind of nonsense, it has to be purged. It has to be destroyed. And the thing is that there's not a willingness to destroy it. People have sympathy for this kind of nonsense. As long as you are soft and sympathetic to mediocrity and idiocy, it'll always fester and grow like a cancer. It'll always fester and grow like a cancer. And if you don't believe me, just look around. Just look around. You know what I'm saying? Just look around. And people can't stand it. And to me, I don't care, man. Look, you say something like that. Yo, I don't care. You got the wound and the wound is showing and it's open and it's bleeding. I'm pouring salt and peroxide all over it. I don't care. I don't care, man. Because that kind of nonsense is a barrier to progress. And like I said, what I've seen, what the evidence shows me is that more people are invested in being underlings and being groveling lemmings, you know what I'm saying, than actually taking hold of their fate because they don't believe that they can manage their own fate. And I think that that's just absolutely pathetic. I think there's two things that's absolutely pathetic. A person that refuses to manage their own fate and somebody who fakes and acts like they want to manage their own fate, but then when the opportunity presents itself, they put themselves down on one knee. I think that that is pathetic. And if you ask me, that's what we see a bunch of. And it needs to be pointed out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSB. DSB killing it. I appreciate you, bro. DSB said, one more time, brother, on that same clip. And I'll let you keep bringing the truth. I appreciate it. Which one, bro? The Blade? Blade Brown from House Party?
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Or this one, because you're doing both. You know what I'm saying? DSB standing on business and he funding the organization.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
But as far as like the type of stuff that I'm saying, I'm going to tell you guys something, man. The majority of people are not conditioned to hear the kind of harsh realities of stuff that I be saying. They need some titties to put their head up against or something. They can't take it. They want to jump in somebody's arm, sucking their thumb and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, it is what it is. But just understand that the world is correct. And just understand that the world is the world that we make. Nas said it. Whose world is this? The world is yours. You want your world to be torn up and mediocre? Well, or you want your world to be dope. Make your world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cool Reality. Bro, that people not on it, bro. I like I said, my eyes have been opened. My eyes have been opened. You know what I'm saying? And despite the fact that I'm not very thrilled about what I see with my eyes open, denying the reality of what's in front of me is more harmful, you know what I'm saying, than discussing it. You know what I mean? So now here it says Bitcoin is down sizably over the past few weeks, shaking the confidence of traders, even as long-term investors grow more bullish, according to Wave Digital's David Seymour. Financial entities around the world are competing to offer more crypto products for their clients. Seymour expects some countries to establish strategic Bitcoin reserves, even if the United States doesn't. Now, that's an interesting scenario. What if the United States doesn't establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but other countries do? My question to you guys is, how would that affect the crypto prices? How would that affect Bitcoin's price? Yeah, I gotta agree, bro. Can't deny reality. Just make one's own. Facts. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Shout out to John. John said, bro, crypto airdrop arena PA is 1,429.42. Yeah, bro. But believe it or if Bitcoin, if the crypto prices continue to drop, that PA will probably go it'll go insanely high. And I hope it sticks around like that until the end of the event. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get the benefits of that from the end of the event, when the bull market comes, you're gonna be in a nice position. I'm illiquid right now, man. I need to get some damn liquidity. You know what I'm saying? So I can get some more crow. I need to complete my bonuses. I need to get all them things green across the bottom of the screen. I still got the one blue where you need to put in 1,300 more crow. You know what I'm saying? I'm hopefully gonna be able to do that on Wednesday, and I hope the price is down. Right now is also, you know what I'm saying, for the tokens that people stake and stuff like that, while the market is down, man, do double. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage. Get them free coins. I'm definitely about to get, man, look, I'm about to be in tier 1. I need just a couple more points to get into tier 1 on that event. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still fighting with crypto.com about my Matic, man. You know what I'm saying? I got $600 worth of Matic sitting in limbo, and I'm irritated about it. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, as Bitcoin wobbles around the $90,000, $95,000 area, down more than 10% from its all-time high touched less than 4 weeks ago, a contrast is growing between traders whose technical analysis tools show the top cryptocurrency due for another plunge, and the long-term investors who believe a bull run is nowhere near done. And I believe that both of these are true at the same time. That's why they're coming up with them. I believe that I believe that what's actually happening is that the people that believe in the bull run and the people that believe in the plunge, they both believe that the plunge is indefinite and sustained, and that the bull run is indefinite and sustained. And I actually believe that both are true at the same time. I believe that there's going to be a cycle of indefinite bull run and plunging, higher heights, bull run, plunging, higher heights, bull run, plunging, higher heights, and bull run, plunging, higher heights, which is going to skyrocket the price going towards the end of the year. That's what I think. So I believe that these are all true, and I believe that the strategy right here is to pay very close attention to the market, catch the dips, and hold and hold. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Quantum Traveler. I appreciate it, bro. Quantum Traveler said, well said. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man DSB doing what DSB do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DSB for funding the organization and for standing on business. Definitely appreciate it, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
And I like that name, by the way, too. Quantum Quantum Traveler. I like that name. You know what I'm saying? Quantum Traveler. I actually had some articles about some quantum teleportation. Shout out to the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Put those articles in the chat. And you should check out the Philadelphia experiment. You probably know about it if your name is Quantum Traveler. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says that's according to David Seymour, CEO of Wave Digital Assets, a firm that provides asset management services to funds and high net worth individuals in the crypto space. And this is what we're all trying to be, is high net worth individuals in the crypto space, right? If that's what you're trying to be, throw them rockets in the chat. That's what I want everybody to be. I want everybody to be a high crypto net worth individual. You know what I'm saying? And as a result, you know what I'm saying, my engagement and my channel took a hit, which is wild. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. In 14 years of owning Bitcoin, I've never seen a dichotomy like this, Seymour told CoinDesk in an interview. The traders are all worried and nervous and hedged, fully neutral or worse. And the long-term people are all super bullish. And the thing is that if you ask, believe it or not, this is actually accurate. Like, this is accurate. Short-term Bitcoin is volatile. Long-term Bitcoin is always bullish. There's like no mystery right here. And this is actually dead on spot analysis. But right here, what this shows the fundamental inabilities of the human brain to be able to spatially and 3D conceptualize what's actually going on. This is actually correct. Short-term Bitcoin is bullish or is bearish. Short-term, there is volatility. Long-term, there's not. So long-term people being bullish is normal sentiment, and it's consistent with Bitcoin's behavior. Short-term volatility and fears of dips is normal and consistent with Bitcoin's behavior. This is all accurate. Like, there's actually no conflict here, if you ask me. And this right here shows the disconnect of understanding what's actually going on with Bitcoin. You actually have everybody having it right, but because people don't understand anything, they think that there's a conflict here. There's not a conflict here. This being it at the same time is literally the nature of Bitcoin and consistent with all of its market behavior. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So it's wild and interesting, because as I'm looking at this, I don't see anything but good information. What I see is, okay, here's what I need to do on the pathway to the price side up. Here's what I need to do if the price goes down, because my idea is to hold. The reason why I'm holding is because I'm super bullish on the Bitcoin future. However, I try to accumulate Bitcoin through the near-term volatility. So again, if you've got the right understanding of Bitcoin, you don't see a problem with this analysis. You probably like, oh, this is actually accurate. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says there's a really good chance we'll get to $200 this year, Stimmer said. Do I think we'll see $1 million Bitcoin in my lifetime? Sure. Now here's the thing. Why can't this be true and at the same time it dipped down to 88,000 tomorrow because it's going in a downward trend line? Why can't both of them be true at the same time? They can both be true at the same time. Bitcoin went down to like $20,000 after being $60,000, and here we are at 100,000. Like, again, like, how long is it going to take people to understand that this is how Bitcoin works? When people going to get it? You know what I'm saying? I never understand. Shout out to my man DSB. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure you guys show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DSB for funding the organization. Definitely appreciate you, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Now, shout out to people that have been around for the jump, right? If you've been around since jump, even though the market is looking bad today, is your crypto wallet still significantly higher than it was last year from your gains? If it is, throw some flames in the chat. If it's not, throw some tomatoes in the chat. And this is what I'll be talking about the psychological levels. Okay? The psychological levels. People can get really psyched out real quick, even if they have evidence in front of them that conflicts with what they're conflicted with at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the top list of developments for the year to come is that numerous jurisdictions, including the U.S., Russia, Singapore, the United Arab Emirates, South Korea, Japan, and the Philippines, and some European nations are looking to take big steps in crypto's favor, according to Seamer. All right. So again, a lot. Now, again, I'll tell you what can tank the crypto price. One thing that'll be a volatility factor that'll tank the crypto price is when people start saying this crypto thing, this crypto strategic reserve is not going to happen. If this starts not happening, or it takes a long duration for the first one to happen, that's going to start tanking the price a lot, which is a buying opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Wave runs crypto educational programs for various branches of the U.S. government, like the International Revenue Service or Internal Revenue Service or U.S. Marshal Service, as well as other executive bodies across the globe. In fact, the government practices is the firm's fastest growing business. All right. These steps, whichever form they take, will likely have a positive knock-on effect on some of these countries' private sectors, Seamer said. Those are societies where they actually trust and rely on their governments. If the government says it's okay, it actually is really okay. It's different from the U.S., where we think our guys are idiots. What is spurring such sudden interest in cryptocurrency? The tremendous success of U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. For one, is forcing financial institutions worldwide to think of ways to compete. That means spinning up exotic new products like multi-token yield funds to make up for the liquidity that was sucked away by BlackRock's IBIT. All right. The ETF launched in America, and they absolutely devastated all Bitcoin ETPs around the world, Seamer said. All of them had these terrible products charging 1.5%. All of those guys got crushed. Regulators, for their part, will tend to be supportive, Seamer said. For example, the European Union could end up producing a friendlier version of the markets in crypto asset regulation. All right. The chances of seeing new strategic Bitcoin reserves is also high, Seamer said. Even if the U.S. doesn't do a reserve, at least several other countries probably will. Now, I think that the U.S. has to do it because everybody has seen all of this speculation, all this positive energy around this potential Bitcoin strategic reserve. And then if the United States bows out, what happens if Russia or China then says, guess what, we're doing it. We're going to do this. Then the United States kind of drop that bag. The United States don't want to become habitual bag droppers, do they? They do it a lot, but they don't. That's not what they want to become, do they? They don't want to be. They don't want to have the habitual bag dropping legacy, right? He added, not that he's bearish on prospects in the U.S. wave. He said is currently in talks with seven different states that are considering a matter of creating a reserve. Texas, Ohio, and Wyoming are among them. So shout out to Ohio, man, because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, man, you know, Ohio, you know what I'm saying, Ohio politically, you know what I'm saying, politically, Ohio probably one of the better states in the United States because they got a little bit of moderation, you know what I'm saying, got some of the good conservative stuff and some of the good liberal stuff, you know what I'm saying. What about the federal government? Seamer put the odds at slightly better than 50%, in part thanks to nearly $19 billion worth of Bitcoin it already owns. There's a decent start on the Bitcoin reserve, Seamer said. All they have to do is not sell it. It's a lot more palatable to the tax base than buying, you know, $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Yeah, I would agree with that. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, the government is not very efficient, you know what I'm saying? And that guy said it himself, you know what I'm saying, like, here in the United States, quote unquote, we think our guys are idiots. Well, I don't think we think our guys are idiots. I think it's pretty confirmed. You know what I'm saying? We've all seen the footage of Biden over the last couple of years, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, man, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys who came out, man. Y'all really have no idea how much I appreciate you guys, and you guys really have no idea how much I really enjoy talking about this stuff with y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm going to go live at some point tomorrow, right? Starting tomorrow, the call-in shows begin. So y'all going to get like a good, probably like 5 days of call-in shows in a row. All right? So make sure that you guys are tuned in. You guys will know because the links will be in the Discord, the links will be in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to chop it up. Y'all know the rules. Make sure that y'all, respect the community guidelines. Keep the topics on crypto. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful towards each other, right? It's a good time to buy. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you keep yourself liquid so you can take advantage of some of these dips. Optimize your situations, right? BLR2 will be coming back very soon. All right. BLR2 will be coming back very soon. And when BLR2 comes back, there'll be some things going on over there, and I think you guys will enjoy them. So make sure that you guys be on the lookout for BLR2 videos. In the middle of February, BLR2 should be coming back. All right. Shout out to the stream sponsors, man, because y'all know without the stream sponsors, ain't no stream. Shout out to y'all for feeding my liquidity goals. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to TD. Make sure y'all show TD some love. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go check his channel out and show him some love over there, too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen, Mod Extraordinaire. Always supporting the channel, always showing love, always doing the most as a mod, you know what I'm saying, and dropping, you know what I'm saying, some good information in the Discord. We appreciate you. Shout out to my man DSB. DSB getting all the agains, all right? So y'all better be ready, and y'all better show DSB some love for all these agains.
Again! 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 Again!
Shout out to DSB for standing on business for 14 months. Make sure y'all show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat. DSB got the channel membership on 2 of his accounts, man. Shout out to DSB, man. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. Again!
DSB stood on business again. And shout out to my man Crew Reality. Make sure y'all show Crew Reality some love. Standing on business for 9 months. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Give me 1 second. I got you. Hold on.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Man, I appreciate y'all. We're going to have a good time with the shows. If y'all not part of the Discord, make sure y'all take a moment, hit that Discord. If you're not subscribed on Rumble, take a moment, subscribe on Rumble. We will be back, all right? And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, hey, okay, I'm fresh up out the package. Time I deal, I pay my dues. Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping off just an unfamiliar coordinate. Topped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red, it's not one trip. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy, I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated, forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, right. West side, born maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. You ain't recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang is different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound, got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron, better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ball it, block it, trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life, don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing. You do best not to test it. Yeah, you right. Real all in my blessing. supply. Dig it all up top, finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No cosign and no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission, it's a dollar sign. If I say it twice, then I meant it right.
My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission, it's a dollar sign. You know cosign and no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission, it's a dollar sign.
Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.